name's Mary. I was an RN before I was diagnosed with MS in 2020, and this started my health journey for stem cells, and I'd like to talk to you about that today. For my stem cell journey, I began looking at research studies because of my history with nursing. And I found that there's really not a lot of data concerning MS and stem cells. So I began talking to different providers and individuals that I knew had already gotten stem cells. And it was really the segue into more information. So I began talking to a provider at a clinic that offers stem cells. And although I didn't go with that clinic, I did end up learning a lot. I took that information and started using it in the medical literature like Medline, and trying to use that as a source to help find more paths to lead me down. And we ended up finding this clinic through a friend of ours, and we were very pleased with it because it had everything that we wanted. Unfortunately, some of the other clinics, they predominantly worked with musculoskeletal diseases, or they didn't do the type of stem cells that we were looking for. Maybe they offered bone marrow, but that wouldn't have been appropriate for me and my treatment that I needed. And then, of course, the cost is always a big issue for most people, and of course it was for me and my family too. So everything ended up working out perfectly with AGV. Everything was just well-rounded as far as the doctor's experience and their knowledge, the price, the location, everything was what we were searching for. The biggest reason that we went with AGV was because of the price. Compared to the other 4 clinics that we had spoken with, this was a third of the cost, and the treatment was just as great as any of the other places would have been, if not better, and we couldn't be happier with our decision. I do want to tell people to not give up on themselves, especially those who have autoimmune diseases. I would like to put out there that I experienced significant symptom reduction, and my quality of life went through the roof because of this treatment. And I would just ask people, if you're unsure if this is for you, to just take a little bit more time, maybe try to find a few more people to talk to, and just gather as much information as you can before you give it a no, because I think you should give it a yes.